Hi Virgo, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Virgos, it's quite an interesting month. We've got 3 moons this month. And we're beginning the month with a full moon that is there in your house of joint finances, resources, sexuality, intimacy, and this is also the house of transformation. And it is joining Mars, which is retrograde till about November 13th. Now, this house is I look at it as our partner's closet. It's the things that we have accumulated as a result of the people who are closest to us. The stuff can be material or it can be a psychological from the experience that we may have had with our partners. So when a full moon takes over here, it's a time when we become aware of the things that we become hyper aware about, that we've been carrying due to our partners. And it illuminates this area of our life and we see just what the people closest to us have given us or not given us. It's a pretty transformating and surprising placement. So usually things that we find or come across can be absolutely out of the blue. You may think that, oh, I've known him or her for the longest, and all of a sudden you realize that, oh, I didn't look at, him or her in that perspective. And it can also be a time of an unexpected expense, again linked to someone else in some way. It can be the perfect time to clear out your storage space, remove things that you no longer need and are generally adding up clutter at home. And you can also come across things that have been kept away from you. Maybe you could come across some secret that has been kept away from you. For some of you, it could also be a pregnancy indicator. On the 3rd of the month, we have Venus that is there in your own house of self. So we've just had a wonderful birthday, Virgos, and now with the Venus there in your own house, you could feel very social, you could feel like connecting with people again. It's also a great time for looking at something that you really love and enjoy. It doesn't have to be a person, it could be a passion or hobby, it could be something that you're really in love with and you're really enjoying doing, and you want to feel more pleasure in your life and can find that with others or by indulging it, in your own senses. If you want to improve your appearance, if some of you have been looking out, do it under this transit. It's a fantastic transit. You want to change your wardrobe, you want to change your haircut, do something. It's really nice. And you can be more charming and friendly during this. Not that you are usually Virgos, but this is a time that, you could be feeling very attractive. You could be, people will feel as if they want to connect to you. Although I would say that for some of you, you could be feeling quite emotionally distant. On the 14th, we have Mercury Retrograde that is there in your house of communication, transport and learning. And you could feel that during this mid-month, that your mind is very busy. And at times when Mercury transits over here, it can just it can increase the worry and it can, bring about more nervous symptoms. The interesting thing is that because it's a retrograde, we need to be following the same drill. You need to be not investing into any electronics. You need to be backing up your data, being very careful about things that you are going to be forwarding and what is it that you're sharing on an email or even spoken conversation. Good time to be, checking your car, repairing your tires, and also it's a time to be, check your phone battery, replace it, and maybe even if replace the phone if that is what you needs to get done. And overall, you need to be redoing things. You need to be researching. You need to be rechecking. You need to be re-looking at things that you may have done earlier. On the 16th, we have a new moon that is set in your house of money, and it is your own earned money and your self-worth. So it could be that you have a heightened sensitivity, to your environment around you. You could be just looking at the security, emotional security. How much is it that you have? What is it that makes you feel secure? And there could be also a time wherein that a lot of you could be arranging your life around, what is it of value to you? What is it that you find worthy? And financial issues could come into focus for you. So stay realistic, Virgos. The good thing is that you are one of the signs that does believe in keeping it real, and try and sort of make a budget and have some sensible financial planning around. And also, even though you may not believe into that far a future, it's a time when you should be looking at, how is it maybe in another 2 years or another year, that where the money is going to be coming from. It's a wonderful time to be taking time out to, grab those little bits of happiness from, whether it's gardening or whether it is cooking, doing things with your hands, even painting. I think it's a wonderful time that will be therapeutic for you. On the 23rd, we have Sun that joins Mercury in the house of communication and siblings again. So a lot of conversations. I think there could be kind of a reunion. You could be meeting up with your siblings. There could be, a lot of conversations around maybe some things need to get shared with Sun being over there. There could be clarity. And even have courage to be saying things that maybe you thought earlier you don't want to say. On the 31st, we are closing the month with the third moon. That is a full moon that is there in your house of higher mind. And it's also the house of long distance travel. I don't know how that's going to be possible with the pandemic. And it's joining Uranus and Taurus over there. Now, Uranus, he's the mad scientist of astrology. He's a wild boy. And it takes about 84 years for Uranus to complete a circuit before he comes, and he transits for 7 years in each house, ensuring that, we learn the lessons well. So this is going to be, in this house, Uranus is going to be bringing about disruptions, and you're going to be, experiencing disruptions in your belief system on, you could be changing your opinion, you could be uprooting your belief system, you could be changing your global orientation. And also, I think it is a time where you need to be also, and which Uranus will help you do, shake up your moralistic attitude towards money and wealth. And, you could feel that your ideas are just too simplistic or to be real, and you suddenly would want to invest money in advancing your education, and you want to buy higher learning, you would want to buy bigger experiences. And so maybe earlier, if you were busy pinching away pennies and saying, I don't want to spend and I don't want to do this, not just this year, but I think in the next, because Uranus is there for 7 years, we finished 1 year of Uranus, this is the second year running, that you will find yourself doing things which are really out of character. And I think which is a great thing, and which is all for your own growth, Virgos. So don't hesitate to, of course, after doing all the pro and con exercise, don't hesitate to spend money as far as your growth is concerned. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Virgos. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.